Tony! Tone!
Jesus Christ.
Talk to you.
Where the fuck you been?
We're gonna talk here.
Come into the house.
I got your word. If I walk in there, I'm walking back out.
I don't see you for all this time. No word. Nothing. And this is the way you come back to me?
Do I got your word?
This is a bit of a different episode of Best Decision Made because I think all of these decisions were good decisions made, with all things considered. Now, obviously, this opening scene of season 2 of The Sopranos, Puss, we call him Big P, pulls up on Tony, and he does one of the best decisions that anybody could do, being a rat, even though it's not revealed at this point that he is a rat. Is he pulls up on Tony at his crib early in the morning where none of the guys are coming by. Nobody's coming to see him. Nobody's here to talk business or any events, anything personal. He knows Tony walks down to get his paper every morning. He knows Tony's schedule. He's best friends with Tony, and he knew if he pulls up on Tony and isolates and get with him alone, if he can get it over with Tony, he can get it over with anybody. So that's the biggest point. He puts his arms up just to say, hey, I come in peace. I'm not on nothing like that. If you want to pat me down, pat me down. He's really selling this idea. And plus, again, the Tony cosign, if you got Tony, you got the rest of the guys. If he pulled up to the Bing, there's no way he could sell that story to every single one of them. But with Tony being his best friend, there's a bit of a bias there. So he knew there was an opportunity. So this was the first good decision made by Puss.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, remind me, Tony, never to get sick again, huh? Remind me, please, never to have a serious illness, because when you and Silvio and Paulie and all you pricks, weakness gets rid of fucking treason.
You know what? Fuck you. I don't want to hear about your fucking back anymore. Who's your fucking boss, huh? Who's your fucking boss? Who gets the explanation? What am I supposed to trust you, you fucking off the reservation cocks?
The second good decision P made right here is when Tony and him got down to the basement, he immediately switches from being on offense, or being on defense rather, having to defend his lie, defend everything about himself. He moves the goalpost and puts himself in the offensive position and makes Tony have to play defense by clarifying, y'all know who I am. Y'all calling me out saying this, and this, and you're supposed to take the word from a degenerate cop. He making it clear that, like, yo, you've been knowing me. You've been knowing how I get down. We've been rocking out. We've been doing our thing. And now you want to believe a gambling cop that's indebted to you, that I'm a snitch. So what he does is he changes the momentum from being on defense to now being on offense and being aggressive. And also getting Tony out of his element of arguing and fussing. That's another way to, when you get in an argument, sometimes you lose your train of thought because you're so in the space of, trying to make your point that you forget the point you were making because you're going back and forth. So immediately changing the momentum from being on defense, having to defend himself, to putting himself in the offense position and making Tony defend himself. Like, y'all crazy, Silvio crazy, Paulie crazy, you crazy. Y'all believe in a degenerate cop. Come on. So that was another good decision made by P here.
Down there, I met this girl. 26, an acupuncturist. It was the only thing that fucking really helped with my sciatic nerve. Anyway, one thing led to another.
You can't send one feeler to me.
I'm gonna trust you, Paulie. Take the word of a degenerate cop over me.
Tony, who are you talking to down there? Jesus.
So why'd you come back, huh? What changed?
Nothing changed. That's the problem. I still got 2 kids in college, Tony. One just got married, needs my help. I gotta start earning again. I gotta get my action back.
Oh, just like that.
I came to you, Tony. I'm in your hands.
Bring up 2 cases of bottled water with you then.
Come here. Come here, you fat fuck.
Hey, my back, hey.
The best decision made in this whole transaction, once he's been working his angle the entire time with his story of why he was gone, why Tony couldn't find Puss anywhere, is he appeals to his best friend's psyche, and we know Tony's psyche is he suffers from certain mental illnesses that we see, or conditions, or whatever the clarification, however y'all want to classify based on what Melfi studied and classified him at the end of the series. But he's got his own physical health issues. Obviously, he talks about that. He talks about being into this woman that he met, kind of falling in love, so to speak. Tony, we know that he's similar to the rest of the guys when it comes to Gumars, but Tony is like kind of a little bit of a lover boy. Like, he definitely was ready to start over with Adriana, start over with Gloria Trillo. Like, he was definitely pulling out stops with different Gumars at certain points. So he was a little bit different. And that appeal works coming from P, because P knows how Tony is. Also, he talks about his two sons going to college and being concerned about that. And of course, Tony wants to be a good father. This is something that he's expressed. This is the reason we love the show so much, because there's this real attempt that Tony wants to be a good father, and he can recognize that in P. And after that, P just kind of lets it linger in there and looks all lonely, like a lonely dog next to the steps. And it appeals to the point Tony says, "Give me a hug." Now, of course, Tony's patting him down. Of course, that's a given, but it still appealed. So this was the best decision made, getting right down. He needed to really work down the defenses of Tony, and even makes it even funnier just saying, like, "You want to feel this too," talking about his crotch, like, just to make it like, I'm really not a rat. He sold it. So one of the best scenes of the show, one of the best scenes in this season, and one of my favorite scenes. If y'all know already, P is definitely one of my favorite characters. I know people always say, "Oh, he's a rat," and they leave it there, but like, P is by far one of them. He's probably top 5 for me personally. So y'all check out our episodes, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Remember, don't forget about it.